This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Avery.
Here.
Eccles.
Here.
Stewart.
Present.
Cannon.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
We have a quorum present, and the meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask David Lawson to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, we're thankful for this day. We're thankful for an opportunity to come out and serve in the capacities that you have bestowed upon us to see to the needs of the common man in this place that we call the city of Gadsden. We ask that your hand be involved with all leadership decisions at the local, state, and federal level. We ask that you continue to bless those and be a source of comfort to those who are going without need at this hour. We ask that your hand continue to be over our troops as they continue their efforts to fight for freedom and peace, not just for this land that we call the United States, but for all peace-loving nations. We ask these things, and we will be ever grateful and thankful to give you the praise and the glory. In your Son, Christ's name, we ask these things. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and council meeting held on May the 8th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
Chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of the accounts for the week of May the 4th through the 10th.
So moved.
Second. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamations, Mayor.
This little field here?
Right there.
Yes. We have a proclamation. The Gadsden Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is holding its Jabberwock. It's a big word like mayonnaise. Pageant on Friday, May 18, 2012. Jabberwock is one of the many impressive activities sponsored by Gadsden Alumni Chapter in implementing programs centered around its 5-point thrust. This triennial affair is one of the city's mechanisms for recognizing outstanding young people in the community. These young women have been recognized as Gadsden's finest and are encouraged to continue on the path of improvement and achievement. This tribute is given on this occasion to the Gadsden Alumni Chapter of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated for its commitment to our city. Therefore, I, Sherman Guyton, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, do hereby proclaim Friday, May 18, 2012, as the day of the Gadsden Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated presents Diamond and Pearls in Gadsden, and by doing so, I extend best wishes for a successful and enjoyable evening to the sorors, participants, honorees, and assembled guests.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Anita Simmons. I am the chairperson of our first annual Jabberwock. We are from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, founded in 1913. We are over 280,000 strong, United States and abroad. Our Jabberwock is a pageant that allows young women to develop friendships, showcase their talents, raise money, support charities. In this community, we are involved everywhere you see us. You might see the red and white. We have been doing activities with these ladies since September of 2011, and it will culminate this Friday at our Jabberwock. Jabberwock is an evening of elegance and entertainment, and it showcases our young ladies' gifts and talents. We have 15 young ladies that we are presenting from 4th grade to the 9th grade, and if you are not busy, please come out and support us at 7 p.m. at Gadsden Convention Hall. Thank you. and we thank you for the proclamation.
Hey, Mayor, my granddaughter's participating, so please come out and see her. I mean, the young ladies.
Unfinished business, we have none today. Number 9 is a nuisance on property located at 709 Terrace Court has been abated by the owner. There's no action necessary by the council. 10, this is a time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 109 South 23rd Street in District 6. Hermania M. Alvarez and Jim Peppers being the licensed owners. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of it?
Mr. President, I'm Brian Harbison with the Building Department. We started this case in July of 2010. There have been no improvements to this. There are no permits to improve, and we're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor of it? Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So move.
So,
Is there any discussion?
Brian, we're still looking at rehabs and stuff like that. Okay.
Any other discussion?
I don't think this will qualify for rehab, though.
Oh, I didn't ask. I mean, I wasn't saying it. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we're still looking at them, yeah.
You been in it?
I've been around it.
I mean, as long as we still check it, I don't have the opinion on it one way or the other. I just,
And we can get Brian's opinion. What do you think, Brian? You think it would qualify for rehab, that house?
Well, from what we've seen of the inside, it may be a stretch. We'll crunch the numbers. We usually do after a resolution before we
before they tear it
send the
down.
notice to proceed. We could possibly rehab.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 207 Ann Street in District 7. Johnny M. Balcom and the estate of Martha A. Balcom, Rebecca Ann Balcom, and Martha Elizabeth Balcom, Temple. An American General Finance for the licensed owners. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of it?
Mr. President, we started our case in August of last year. There have been no improvements to this property. There are no permits to improve, and we're asking for a resolution today to abate this nuisance.
Does anyone else wish to speak in favor of it? Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
12, our final public hearing is a resolution granting annulment of a street right-of-way. First United Methodist Church has requested annulment of this alley. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone wish to speak in favor of it? Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
13 is a resolution accepting easement from the First United Methodist Church of Gadsden. This is an easement to the city to replace access to that annulled in the previous resolution. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
14 is a resolution rejecting all bids for bid number 3204 for plastic roadway pipe. Due to the price fluctuation of plastic, no bids were received. Departments using plastic pipe should obtain 3 quotes for any purchase, and the total purchases by the city should remain under $15,000. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, last year, we didn't use nowhere near $15,000 worth of pipe. I think we used about $6,500. And like you said, the price of it just keeps going up and up and up, so they just rejected the bid we had because we really didn't use that much last year.
Is any other discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
15 is a resolution authorizing agreement with Fishers of Men Tournament. This is for the city to sponsor a fishing tournament October the 2nd through the 6th. The amount is $10,000. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
16 is a resolution authorizing agreement with Good Sam RV Travel Guide and Campground Director. This is for the advertisement of Nakalula Falls Park and Campground. The amount is $15,498.45. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
17 is a resolution authorizing satisfaction of a nuisance abatement lien. Nakalula Church of God has offered to pay $500 to satisfy the liens on property located at 107 East Kyle Place. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
First reading ordinance amending schedule of fines and costs for park trespass violations. This increases the fine for the first violation from $25 to $100, the second violation from $50 to $150, the third violation from $100 to $200. This ordinance is presented today for the first reading. The council will vote on it next week. New business, is there any new business?
Mr. President, I have 2. I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to consider. The first one is 203 is a resolution authorizing application for the 2012 ADECA Underage Drinking Funding Program grant in the amount of $24,436. Ask for unanimous consent to consider.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Go ahead and move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
And I have one more, number 201 is a resolution authorizing agreements with AT&T Advertising Solutions. Ask for unanimous consent to consider.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, this is authorizing or getting us around to all contracts should be approved by the council for the mayor's signature, all contracts, bringing it back to light.
Is there any other discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Not all, okay, not all contracts.
Well, you're talking about the settlement of under $10,000 of lawsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I just want to make sure we didn't say all contracts.
We do that.
Yeah. Well, we eventually do. Yeah. Whatever turns y'all on, I move to adopt.
I second that motion.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And I asked if there was any discussion.
And I think I did discuss it. I'm ready to
And we
vote.
had some comments on the other end then.
Call for the question on this thing.
I did call for a question. I'd love to hear the vote.
Okay.
I mean, I thought we were doing that anyway. I mean, that's fine with me. I don't have a
Yeah,
problem.
we discussed, I don't think you were upstairs when we discussed that, and I agree, we had that full discussion. That's right.
I'd rather y'all vote on it anyway. I don't give a vote.
The discussion didn't help any, but we had it.
Yeah. It's a matter of if we trust any future mayors to spend $1,000 under contract.
Yeah, I don't care.
Now we want the council to approve all contracts,
Almost.
almost. Call for vote.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Any other new business?
Mr. President, I have-
Somebody speak up.
Mr. President, I have two items I would like to ask unanimous consent to consider today. Number one is resolution number 202, authorizing a license agreement with Extreme Events for the Barbarian Challenge.
That's second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, this is for the Barbarian Challenge event that will be held on Saturday, June the 23rd, 2012. And, if you go to that event, you truly have to be almost barbaric to participate in the event.
I understand that all the councilmen are required to participate this year, so I'll be there.
Yeah.
All who have been in office for more than one term.
I have no problems. I'm gonna be with the starter whistle, and I'll be blowing it.
I understand they had about 700 people participate last year. They do it at the falls. It's quite an event.
Yeah.
They're thinking double that this year.
Like I said, I'll blow the whistle.
We couldn't even get up a tag team.
No.
I could probably be in it, but I'd come in last place.
Well, I might accept our challenges.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Please.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The other item is a resolution authorizing transfer of outdoor warning sirens to other governments in the county.
Second.
You got a second?
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, this resolution transfers to the other jurisdictions around us the outdoor warning sirens for their maintenance in the future. The city of Gadsden will no longer maintain all the warning devices that are in the whole county. We will only be responsible for those located within the city limits.
Any other new business?
I'm in discussion. Have we heard back from Mike yet?
I haven't seen him.
It was my understanding that he was going to go to the county because there's still some concern as to whether or not the county is gonna agree to do theirs.
Yeah, but my understanding was that our understanding in the meeting this morning was that he was talking to them and that had changed, that they were going to accept responsibility for the maintenance. However, in the event that they do not accept responsibility for the maintenance of those outdoor sirens, they're theirs whether they want to do it or not.
I just want to say, there's a line here that says, as of this date, that the county commission has not yet notified.
That's true, Billy, and this is
And
part
it
of the
will-
weather warning system that we've been over in the Doppler system. So this is just another step to get that out to
Well,
the jurisdiction.
Yeah, a lot of those were under CSEP money.
Right.
And then I think we were covering
Right.
the rest that weren't probably. But we had it prorated according to the population all and divided it up. And I think all the municipalities had agreed to it already. So I
And
don't know
we've
about the
already made
county.
that under.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more
Agreement's
CSEP
made.
money available. Just run out.
So let me understand what's happening here, because this resolution, it states the cities who have accepted, and it says everyone except the jurisdiction of the county commission. So it's my understanding that we passed this with, they're on their own.
That's
They're out there, whether they
That's right.
accept it or not.
That's right.
Okay.
We
I
give
just-
them the opportunity, Robert,
Yeah.
to accept it, and
Yeah.
if they don't, then that's their problem,
Yeah.
the way I see it.
Okay.
So for the protection of their people, it's in their best interest to go ahead and accept these.
I just want to make sure we understand
That's my
that
understanding of it.
we're not responsible for the ones in the county. We're only responsible for the ones in the city based on this resolution.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Okay.
The other cities have, and
Accepted it.
there's only one outlier, and it's.
Clerk, will you
it's the
take the
county.
vote?
Okay.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any other new business?
Yes, Mr. President, I have one item that I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to consider today. It's a resolution authorizing agreement between the City of Gadsden and the Nakalula Improvement Association. I'd like to again ask for consideration today.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, this is essentially an agreement that serves to rework and then execute an agreement that was initiated between the City of Gadsden and the Nakalula Improvement Association back in 2007 originally, I believe. And I think at that point, there was the agreement called for the erection of a garden and wedding chapel and the maintenance on the part of the City of Gadsden. So this agreement totals $75,000 over the next 3 years, and it speaks to rehabilitation of buildings in the Pioneer Village at Nakalula Falls. So,
Is there any other discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Any other new business?
Mr. President, I have one resolution authorizing the settlement of a lawsuit. I'd ask for unanimous consent.
Second. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Now I'd ask for passage.
second.
Is there any discussion?
This is a lawsuit authorizing settlement with J.C. Clay on some building materials, or something that was supposedly left in a building that we demolished.
Is there any other discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any other new business? Department reports, committee boards, Craig?
Good morning.
Morning.
My name's Craig Scott, and I'm the Adult Services Librarian with the Gadsden Public Library. The library has been as busy as ever, but we're going to get a whole lot busier coming up with summer reading. We'll have lots of events for the kids and teens, and in this summer, an adult summer reading program, too. The national theme for the adults is called Between the Covers. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But my real reason for coming before you today is to announce that we're one of 8 libraries in the country, and we are receiving this week a National Touring Space exhibit. coming in from NASA. We'll put it on display next Monday. We'd like to invite all of you and the community as well to our grand opening next week at 10 o'clock on Monday. And the showcase of this, we've arranged with the Johnson Space Center to have some actual lunar samples come in, moon rocks. So, Chief, I contacted your office yesterday about that. We can't go to Gadsden Variety to find some of these, so notified the police that we'll have some extra special samples on display. So we're also having a speaker come in from the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Gadsden native, Keith Robinson. Dr. Keith Robinson will be coming in and talking to us next week at our grand opening. So we'll have the exhibit for 8 weeks through mid-July, so and lots of activities between next Monday and mid-July. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you, Craig. Is there any other board member? Remarks by the mayor and the council? Billy, you want to start?
Well, yes.
Yeah, this Billy over here.
Okay.
I have the sad responsibility of going to a funeral right away. Virginia McCleskey, a dear friend, and has passed away. So I will not be able to stay and hear all the political remarks coming up. So I'll dismiss it myself. Thank you.
You're going to miss a treat, man.
I'll tell you what to say.
As soon as you walk out the door.
Who's going now, Mr. President? Okay. Thank you, Bill. We sorry you have to leave. I do have a funeral to attend today also. Bud Rigby is being funeralized today at 1 o'clock, and I will be attending that funeral in West Gadsden. And I just, and of course I had a cousin to pass yesterday morning, Tiny Cole, who passed yesterday morning, who will be funeralized in the very near future. We just ask that you keep these families in your prayers because they will need your prayers. And we will not have a District 1 meeting next Monday. Our regular third Monday meeting will be rescheduled for sometime around the 1st of June. We will not have the meeting because we will be in attendance at the Alabama Municipalities League conference in Birmingham on Monday of next week. So we will not have the meeting, but Chapman, stay tuned. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. President. Had the pleasure of attending the anti-bullying event and teen suicide event on Saturday at the YMCA. Very good turnout. That young lady did a very good job. Ms. Ariel Rowley did a very good job of organizing that event. It's not the easiest thing in the world to organize that, but everybody who wanted got hot dogs and T-shirts and got an opportunity to run in the 5K event. So there was very good turnout. They released balloons, which I thought was very creative and unique in and of itself. But they released balloons with the names of young people who had been subjected to and I think had died as it relates to bullying. So again, this young lady not only came up with a great idea, but she's put a lot of thought into carrying out this event. So it was a very good turnout, and I want to thank those who supported and attended the event. I do want to appeal to the mayor's office relative to the Oakley Estates area, and this is not a complaint. It's just an opportunity for us as it relates to. There's a lot of demolition activity in that area, and it's due. It's activity that's probably as a result of our last Renewing Our Neighborhoods initiative. So much of the activity that's happening up there in terms of homes being tagged and things of that nature is due. But I think at the same time, part of our Renewing Our Neighborhoods initiative is to make sure we rebuild community. So I want to give us an opportunity to put some thought into how we're going to, and it's a tough environment because there's really no incentive for developers to come in and develop, in particular in outlying areas like that. So it's tough. And I'm not, and the mayor doesn't have, I don't envy him. He's got a tough job in figuring that one out. But But again, I do want to start that whole process of determining how we're going to do that, and I'm open to supporting however I can there. Highway 411 project, I do want to thank the Gadsden Times for running the story on Sunday regarding the project. I'm going to speak to some of the things that the story didn't cover. I think very plainly, what's at risk is a $35 to $40 million project. It's a capacity project, which is one of only a couple, I think, in the state right now. So we're very fortunate to have that project even listed on the list of projects that are being funded by ALDOT. And I don't think I have to say that we don't have the capacity to fund $35, $40 million projects. That project's already been started. A lot of money's already been put into the project. And right now, the holdup is a bridge in Turkeytown that has very little traffic and will probably cost a few $1,000s to at the very worst case $1 million to repair. If there was ever an instance of penny wisdom and pound foolishness, I think that kind of speaks to it. And I think it should be noted that ALDOT has been very cooperative with the city and even the county as it relates to how they've worked with us and forewarned us and really kind of guided us through this whole process. They were very clear back in December, January that failing to sign off on those maintenance agreements and municipal agreements could serve to be a deal breaker. They were very clear about that. They weren't heavy-handed, just very clear. Guys, we can't take anything else into our inventory, so if you want this 35 to 40 million, be prepared to take on something. So the city of Gadsden decided we understand that, and we very quickly signed our agreements to take on the existing corridor after it had been paved one last time. So we get it. We get it. Apparently some other officials in the county didn't really understand that, and so where they missed it was that they thought that it was important enough to haggle with the state regarding a big project versus that bridge. Not the wisest thing to do, because what they have done essentially is put at risk a large project within our city limits. And I can't be any more plain spoken than I'm being right now. They have put at risk that project, and it's important that they understand and know, and it's important that we get the citizens of the city to understand and know that we understand all of the accidents and the capacity issues that are associated with that, and we get it, but I don't think everybody else does. So please encourage your elected officials, in particular the county officials, to go ahead and sign the municipal agreement and stop putting that project at risk. And one other point I want to make, and I apologize, Mr. President, for belaboring the point, but I think it should be noted that historically, the city of Gadsden hasn't really had a whole lot of concerns or issues with other municipalities around us. To be quite honest, we've all worked well in terms of collaborating on various projects. There's generally one sticking point. I mean, as you saw with the ordinance, the resolution that we passed today relative to the sirens, there's generally one sticking point consistently as it relates to collaboration, and it's one entity, and that's unfortunate because there are a lot of good people there on the commission. There are a lot of good folks who truly reach out and try to work with the city, but there are some in administrative capacities who generally don't. And I think that's where our problem lies. So again, as voters, please put the pressure on. Thank you.
Robert?
Sound like that was a great speech to concede from the county. But anyway, my district meeting on Thursday of next week won't particularly be my district meeting. The Esteem program is going to be at the Carver Community Center on next Thursday. And I would ask all individuals who will be attending my district meeting to come out and support these young people. The Greater Gadsden Housing Authority puts on a program for their residents, students who have made the A and B honor roll throughout the year, and they award those students and their parents for the good work. And so I'm asking everyone to come out. I mean, it's amazing to see these young people who have worked all year long to maintain A and B honor rolls be recognized. And people say nothing good comes out of public housing, but you'll be surprised at the number of individuals and these young folks who you will see if you come out on next Thursday at the Carver Community Center. And they start at 5 o'clock too, I think it is, 5 o'clock or at 6 o'clock. I want to be sure. It's 5 o'clock. She's checking, Jenny's checking. I think it's 5, though. I'm going to say 5 anyway, unless Jenny finds something different. Okay, she's going to check. I'll come back if it's a different time. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to invite everybody to the gazebo the Saturday before Memorial Day, which is the 25th or 26th. We're going to dedicate the gazebo to Mr. Rip Reagan. He was a longtime band director here in Gadsden. He's no telling how many kids he's taught music to, or they've been under his direction. He always was there for the kids, and he's always tried to pick the kids up. No matter if you had money or you didn't have money, he was always there for you. We're going to dedicate the gazebo at 3 o'clock. We're going to have the parade down Wall Street. At 4 o'clock, we're going to dedicate the gazebo. At 5:30, we'll have 3 groups praying on Sansom Avenue, which will be smoking. And my neighbor started smoking back in the 70s. I don't know if he'll play with them this time or not, but that was a group from back in the 70s. Then we'll have trucking. They'll be playing after the smoking plays, and Benny Laverton will play after that. So it'll probably be an all-day thing from 3 o'clock to about 10:30 that night. Hope everybody can come out and be with us.
I didn't have anything, but all of a sudden I got the golf course. I want to bring a few things to light. I do want to thank the mayor's office. I want to thank Frankie Davis for the foresight and the work that they've done, Public Works. Frankie, that golf course looks really good out there. The greens are exceptional. The fairways are good. All the places where we skinned and played around are starting to grow back, and it looks exceptionally well. David Bright and his staff have done a beautiful job, I think. So other than saying this, please come out and play. We have different pay plans. We've all seen it. The green fees are acceptable anywhere. So I'm just really up on the golf course right now. It looks good. We turned a little profit last month. Maybe we're on the road downhill. Lots of things. So promote it, promote it, promote it. It's a good thing. That's all I have.
Mayor. Before the mayor go, it's 5:30 and it's this Thursday. I was thinking the third Thursday is this Thursday instead of next Thursday. I know the third Monday is next Thursday, but it's this Thursday at 5:30 at the Carver Community Center. This Thursday. Please, ma'am, and please, sir, come out. Okay.
I'm glad you explained that. Now I understand. I want to cite a little bit about what Derek said. You know, that's the second time we've had an issue. Sutton Bridge Road, when we were trying to do Black Creek Parkway, had a bridge that needed to be replaced for about $700,000. And Rainbow City, they needed some help on their money to do Black Creek Parkway, which is one of the best things that's happened around here transportation-wise in a long time. And they could not get, and it's not in the city of Gadsden, but I see where it helps everyone. So anyway, they had de-annexed 45 acres for us when we got Keystone Food, and that we owned, but it was in Rainbow City. Didn't charge us anything. So we stepped up and gave about $200,000. The county finally put in $15,000. They would have had to pay $700 if we didn't do Black Creek, because the bridge was already pretty much on with red flags. Just like the communications thing, we didn't even ask anybody. We stepped up, and they're spending $600,000 a year for 5 years, a $3 million communication tower. All the officers now in different departments in different cities, and the first responders, they can talk to each other by just flipping to a channel where previously they had to go back to dispatch and go back to their dispatch. It makes it safer for everybody. It's encrypted. Nobody can listen in on the little scanners when they're about to get hit with a drug raid. They don't know it. So, you know, there's just a lot of things. The DHR building, that's Normally, most places, that's a county deal. We stepped in and did that. Community services, we bought them a building on Broad Street. The EMA thing, we pay a large percentage of that, and then now we got the sirens in the county. And, you know, the maintenance on them, you have to keep the maintenance on them, and we got a pretty good bid, I think, on it. So, you know, they need to step up and do some things when they need to do it and quit trying to play hardball. Maybe they're spending too much money in some other places, like out at that bingo site. That's my vision on it. Thank you.
There will be no council meeting next week due to the Alabama League Conference in Birmingham.
Amen.
So, if there's not anything further, I'll entertain a motion, we adjourn.
So